Hi, I'm Pauline.
Hey, I'm Priscilla.
I'm Pal.
And I'm Tamiron.
And welcome back to the P3T podcast.
Never like snip that part where it knew
No,
like a cut.
that's
No,
why
it's always there.
That's why Dan is always was asking today if we have a cat. Anyway, so today we're gonna be talking about confidence. I think we all pretty much know what confidence is, or I guess no. A good point would be to define confidence. We could start there. So cause just so that we're on the same page in terms of like definition, when I talk about confidence, I mean the ability for you to be as comfortable in your skin as possible. So in all social situations, that for me is what the embodiment of confidence is. So I think sometimes it's easy to think confidence is just like being able to talk in front of people or being able to like give presentations without stress. But I don't think that's like a proper embodiment of what confidence is. Yeah. So on knowing that about confidence, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident would you consider yourself? Yes, Pal.
As you said, confidence is not what? It's not like giving presentations or...
I mean, those definitely are aspects of it because you need to be confident to be able to give a presentation for sure. But I don't think it's a complete embodiment of confidence.
So what do you think confidence is?
I think confidence is just being as comfortable as possible in your own skin in all social situations. Because there are people who are comfortable in their own skin at home, but then they become very uncomfortable in public situations. Or they're comfortable in some social situations and not as comfortable in others, you know?
Okay.
In fact, I would say most people.
Okay, so I'll rate is it okay if I rate myself based on the two definitions?
Yeah.
If you look at it from the point of being able to give presentations, stand in front of people, talk to them, like 7 out of 10, 6.5. Let me give myself a 6.5 because like it depends. So I joined debate this semester and we're like in the 8th week. We're entering the 8th week of my semester right now, yeah. And it's only like in my 7th week we had exams, so it's only in my 6th week that I moved to the front of the debate room to actively participate. You get the first 5 weeks, like I would sit back corner, like the chair at the back left, ilikuwa yangu at the back of the whole class, and the class had like 15 people, and the class like can accommodate like 50 people. So yeah, so it was just like tulikuwa tunacheza tu row mbili, and I was always at the back because I did not talk, I did not contribute, and then I have other reasons, but anyway, there were those like other reasons also, but that's fine. It's not like life or death. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So, but like by the fifth week, I was like, okay, Pal, you can't be like a baby. You need to go in front if you're going to actually like do something in this club. Yeah. I didn't go for nothing, and I don't spend my time doing nothing. Yeah. So it's only until my 5th week that I went in front. However, like, and that's the same like for class. With my classes, that like the first classes, I don't participate much. But after like the 2nd week, 3rd week, I'll raise my hand, I'll be more active. But then I went to a meeting the other day with Priscilla in school, and like I was basically the only one talking. Look at me, you So that's why I'm saying 6.5 out of 10, because I guess it depends on the day. But then presentations are always like, I'm always down to present anything. I'm always down to talk in front of people about anything that's like guided. So I can't give a sermon, but I can do like fun activities and games. Like I legit have a list of games on my phone. I legit have these guys have experienced. I have a list of charades words ready to go at any moment for any group of people. So yeah, I think I'm confident in that regard. But in like all settings, like everything, no. I have anxiety. No. And yeah. So I think that's also what plays into my debate issues. I just had anxiety. First of all, I had anxiety and then other things. But yeah, the anxiety also really played into it. So 6.5, across the board, 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Muhimu. Yes, Priscilla?
Oh, thank you. I think for me, I'd rate myself like a 7 out of 10. Reason being is, I think, especially like me being comfortable in my own body, I think I've been working a lot on my body of late. So it's not that okay. Back when I used to say that I would exercise, because I stopped for a while. Because a couple of episodes back, I mentioned that I used to do like intense workouts, but then at some point I stopped. Then I started recently, like I think 2 weeks now. And the reason I started exercising is because, okay, this one is more, it's not the reason that I used to exercise, because before I was exercising to like lose a couple of pounds or weight, yeah. Some fat like on my waist, on my hips, just normal additional fat. But now it's, yes, I do have still belly fat, but it's now more geared towards just being fit. Like it's like, even if I have mom hands, even if I have how many stretch marks, it's just like, as long as I walk up the stairs and I'm not hemming, it's fine. And even though I'm looking like all these mommy flabby hands, it's fine, as long as I can walk up the stairs and I'm not feeling like I'm about to die the next minute. So I think that, it's more of just being fit. And it's like, now I've been in this thing of accepting my body for what it is at the moment. So yeah, I think I'm more confident in my body, I'm more confident in my body than before. And I think in terms of now, like Pearl's explanation, like in terms of group presentations and all that, God, I've been struggling. To be honest, I think it's been a while since I had like group presentations, because I had a group presentation the other day in school, and I literally, okay, it went well, thankfully. But I realized it had been a while since I stood amongst like everyone, and everyone is looking at me and expectant for information from me. So I was like, oh my God, can I do this? So there was a little bit of stutters here and there. So I would grade myself maybe like a 5 there. But I'm working on it. So, and as long as I have a constant mindset of wanting to improve myself and grow myself in certain areas, like even my communication skills in a public platform, okay, other than here, but like in front of people, I think that will work. Yeah.
Tamiron? Sorry, that sounded like a teacher. Let me do it again. Yes, Tamiron.
I think I'll also rate myself in both Pauline's definition and in the speaking in front of people definition. So when we talk about like confidence, using Pauline's definition, I think I don't know how to say it, sorry. Okay. I think I am like, there are certain things that make, like, the things that when I incorporate to my like daily routine make me feel more confident. So there are times I am less confident in myself. The other times I'm probably overconfident in like myself and who I am. So to be honest, if like within the day I've had a good workout, I've done like a proper, a good amount of a good run. Okay, if I've had a good run in the morning and then I've also had like a good workout, my confidence within that day will be astronomical. Like, I can conquer the world after that, whatever. But then when I realize when my day doesn't incorporate that, I'm quite sluggish and like, quite frankly, more anxious. Just want to be in the background type of, situation. So at the moment, because I'm trying to make it a daily effort. Okay, not a daily, but like a weekday effort to like work out. My confidence is high in myself, according to Pauline's definition.
Gosh. I did redefine the word.
Okay, according to the definition that Pauline gave. Does that... Okay, whatever.
I'll explain myself. It's fine.
In terms of like speaking in front of people, as a kid, I was very shy. Like me, apana, you make me stand in front of people and speak, I'm dead. But high school really got me in the culture of having to speak in front of people, making group presentations. So it improved my presentational skills, and then it also like made me less shy in front of a group of people. And then I think I have mentioned this before in the podcast. For a while I was in Uganda last year, and we had to preach in front of people, and you're given feedback at the end of your sermon. So that also really helped me know how to navigate a crowd in a way. So at the moment, I think I'd rate myself like a 7.
So just to correct myself, because I feel like maybe I've redefined the word confidence, and that was not my intention. I just wanted to sort of drive the definition to be more relevant to our conversation. Because what is confidence? Confidence is like having trust in someone or something. That's like dictionary definition of confidence, but that's not necessarily how the word is used in everyday conversation. Like when you say someone is confident, doesn't like necessarily mean you're saying they trust themselves or something like that. I guess maybe you could say that's an aspect of it, but that's not how people use it. Anyway, I digress. So for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, when I wrote this question, my answer was like a 10 because I generally consider myself pretty confident. But the more I thought about it and the more I like took some time for like introspection, the more I realized it's actually more closer to like a 7 or like an 8. Now, when I look at it from the whole like being comfortable in your own skin, which is, it's not necessarily a thing I'm fully bothered by, because I don't think it's negatively affected my interactions or the way I view life, because I feel like there are spaces where I needed to be more confident, but there are also spaces where I needed to dial it down a little bit. Like I didn't need to be crazy about it. Yeah, so for me, I'd put myself at maybe like an 8, 7.58 on the scale of 1 to 10. So do you guys feel like you like where you are at in terms of how confident you are?
Confident to other people or confident in myself?
Let's do confident in yourself.
In myself? Because this like ties kidogo shake into like a bit of self-esteem, yeah? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, yeah?
No, just yes or no. Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Do I what?
Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Say the question again fully.
Do you like it?
Do I like what?
Sorry. Do you like how confident you are?
Yeah. For somebody with... I'm so sorry. For somebody with like social anxiety and just like anxiety, I'm fine, because like it could only prevent me initially, like my my self-esteem might be low, but like initially. So even like with debate, it was initially. It's not like the full way. It's not like crippling. Eventually I'll be like, you're being dumb, and then I'll move on. And then also I say this all the time, I can fake it till I make it. Like especially like with presentations. The first presentation I ever did, in my school, in my uni. Like one of my other group mates, we were like 2 guys, 2 girls. So now the guys are busy hyping each other up. And so now the other girl was like, hey, pal, I'm so nervous. And I told her, dude, fake it till you make it. Just, you don't have to worry. And then our lecturer was also like brutal. Like, that you could say, tumefanya presentation on maybe like, maybe, I don't know, whatever, like self-esteem. So now we're talking about self-confidence. So maybe self-esteem. So like Pauline anafanya intro, Tamina anafanya first
Slide 1.
Yeah, slide 1, Priscilla slide 2, Mimi slide 3. The like could come and tell you, no. Tamina number 1, Pauline number 2,
Oh, no.
Paul number 3, Priscilla number 4. Begin.
Can't.
So kind of that vibe. So I just told her, just be confident. Like we'll rig the system, but just be confident. Just be confident. Like we found a workaround. We have found a workaround around it. We figured that if the first person says our names and the topic, and the last person that was picked says thank you, do you have any questions? She won't be able to tell, and that's exactly what happened. Psychologist. So
Dangerous.
So yeah, so in that presentation, like as I was comforting, I was just like, just fake it till you make it, just like follow my lead. If I'm picked first, just follow my lead. And I was picked first. So like my heart was beating while people are walking. And then suddenly I was like, hi, my name is Paul. This is and I'm presenting on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So first line, what is the hierarchy of needs? Now let me hand it over to for the next part of the presentation. And after that, like we took off. And, like all my anxiety, all my nervousness just left. So I'm fine. It's not crippling. It's there, but it's not crippling, and I can work around it. I can fake it till I make it.
Oh, wow. Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Do you like the level of confidence you're at? But I feel like you already answered this because you said you're working on it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to, but do you have something to add? You can add if you have something to add.
No.
Do you have something to add?
I feel like yes, there's always room to grow.
Yeah.
But at the moment, yes.
So now for me, I have, when people say overconfident, me, Pauline, I am the definition. Like to the point where when I was in primary, there was a time my teacher had to force me to sit down and go through my exams because I was so confident in my answers. Like that's like I was like, I'm not going through them. And my teacher was like, well, you're not going home. If you don't go through them, you're not going home. So for me, like confidence, my struggle with confidence, I find, is not like on the lacking of side. It's on the when does it become ego side? Like that's my struggle with confidence. Like to the point where sometimes I start talking before I even know what I'm saying. Like my mouth has already started talking and I have such complete confidence in where I'm going to. Like I'm so sure wherever this statement is going, I'm going to be proud of it. So my struggle with confidence has always been, I don't want to say like dialing it down, but keeping myself from developing a huge ego because like I'm very susceptible to developing a very, very big ego. So that for me is like my struggle with confidence. So like, do I like it? Sometimes it really comes in handy because sometimes I feel like it's one of the things that gets me through life. Like having such complete trust in myself and my ideas is probably one of the things that like has enabled me to do some things that I'm pretty proud of. But also like sometimes it's been a proper downfall where I've completely trusted myself and then like it's all burnt into flames. And I've been like, maybe I shouldn't have been as confident as I was in that plan. So I don't think I like it per se, but I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it. So do you feel like you've always been at this level of confidence, or do you think it was affected by something when you were younger?
It's gone down by a mile. Like just like you, I was like 10 out of 10 confident. Then I went to high school and I was told why. Like so many things, like so many like self-esteem debilitating things. Like right now you could make a comment about my physical appearance and I'll just cry for like 10 days, So like, and some of them, like I use them as jokes, but like if I told you right now I don't have eyebrows, like I'm joking. I'm kind of joking, but I'm not. Like,
at the end of the day, it's not funny.
It's serious. It's like, it's fun. Like, okay, sour, but also, okay, sour. No, but some things like I can take, like. Me talking about the way I walk, for real, like, jogging and that one is funny because, like, I don't know, it's true and I'm fine with it. But, like, some things, like, other things, like, I don't know, just pick and choose, like, I went through a whole period of time in high school where like I would just hear people saying, "Hey, pal, she can't sing," she has such bad music. Like
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
For real.
yeah, so people told me I can't sing. So like for the longest time, I just didn't. And yeah, so now just is when I grew back into like now after high school is when I grew back
Them
into
haters.
like singing.
Well, like,
Si ati najui kuimba hivo, sijui kuimba hivo,
Anajua.
She does.
Anajua.
but at least I have good-ish, basic-ish music theory.
Hey,
You're
you're
really good.
She has more than the
actually-
average
yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So,
like
anajua.
you're such a guide.
Yeah.
Like mtu akianza kuimba harmonies kusema zizi try this and then it
goes
actually
so
works.
well.
It works much better.
Like it was you who trained us during World Scholars.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
yeah. And most notably the musical. More
Yeah.
notably. Anyway, so like like things like that just make you doubt your ability. Yeah, and then also like in Form 1, I was proper bullied, like proper bullied. Yeah. So it's just I went through a lot of like being shattered in high school and then having to like build it up again. So now I know my strengths, but now like I'm also having to rebuild some of like those insecurities, especially like things I can't change about myself. I can't change my eyebrows. I can't change the way I walk. But the way I walk, I really don't care anymore. I can't change those things about myself. So if you're going to scrutinize me for that,
That says more about
shit.
you.
Yeah. So now my confidence has built up. I feel like that's where my social anxiety began. Yeah. And then even like people like judging me because I'm Christian, like they just think, oh, this girl doesn't do these things. She goes, all those things. They're like, oh, bye. So all that judgment just, I think it's one of the major contributions to my social anxiety. Because then when I entered uni, I was like, whoa. I entered with all of those insecurities, but now like I'm getting better. So it's definitely, I was at 10 me leaving class 8, my gosh, I could have rebuked demons out of you. me now I have a podcast where you don't see my face.
For me, I think my level of confidence all over, like if arranged in the number of years I've lived on this earth, has been fluctuating. So when I was in kindergarten, I was super shy. I never had friends. And there was this, back in kindergarten, I recall, like, I was the kind of child who was so secluded, like, low-key. My mom told me that I literally had no friends, no kid friends. And my only friend was the principal's secretary. So every single break time, it's so depressing. Every single break time, I used to run with my lunch break, my box of break, and then I go and sit at the secretary's office. Then we bonga story. Then after that, I go back to class when the bell rings. That was my life. I think I started opening up in class 1, now when I was going to class 1. So it's pre-unit, right? Pre-unit, then class 1. Yeah, so pre-unit, then I went to class 1. Then in class 1, it's like I had a taste of popularity for some reason.
Hey, Miss Popular.
Yeah, so like, like, oh, she's the new girl, oh, nini. And okay, I think I was very cute. I mean, pretty. Yeah.
Understandably so.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really looked very nice. And plus, during our, what is it called? We used to have like class parties at the end of the term. I used to like dress exceedingly, like my mom used to dress me very well. So I got popularity based on how I used to dress and also my appearances. That continued till class 8. Then high school, that's when I chilled a little bit. So I wasn't too known. But
Primary you are
primary
confident.
Primary I was confident. High school I toned down a little bit. Then at some point, but high school was like flaky. Like sometimes I'm high, sometimes I'm low. The hormones are kicking in. Then in university, I think I'm in between. I'm not like so overconfident. I think it depends on the situation and on my mood too. Yeah. So like if there are situations where I'm like, yeah, I can stand and talk to you like, yeah. But then there are times I just cave in and I just don't want to be seen. Yeah.
Tamiron?
I feel like it's been an evolution. In primary, none exist. Wait, oh yeah, I was asking, is it confidence in myself? Ama.
Both confidence. What other type of confidence is there?
Like
Or like what other
standing in
type?
front of people.
No, let's do confidence in yourself.
Oh, I feel like when I was younger, my confidence depended on the people around me. So I relied on the people around me to affirm me and stuff. But then now, I feel like my confidence is more like ni mimi ndo najipea your confidence. Like I won't say it's innate, but that's not the word. It's more from within than it is from external validation.
So it's intrinsic.
It's intrinsic, yes.
Well,
Wow,
yeah.
that's the word. Yeah.
Nice. So for me, I would say with almost 90% assurity that I've always been this confident in myself. Sometimes I really wonder if I was born with it. But no, I think the main thing is confidence for me has always been such a huge part of my identity. Like I've always been that girl who can say anything to anyone and will not die, you know, except during like class 7, class 8, class 6, 7, 8 I was a bit awkward, but like I grew out of it eventually. So like entering Form 1, I didn't, like I was fine, you know, like to the point where like even though like people make comments that I guess I don't really like to call them bullying because they weren't made with the intent of maliciousness. At least the ones made to my face. Probably there were some made behind my back. Iso, I don't care. If you couldn't say it to my face, you're not brave enough anyway. You know? So like the ones made to my face, I don't feel like I've ever encountered, at least in high school, I never really encountered ones that were made with malicious intent. And I'm like really grateful for that. So like to the point where like it's never bothered me. Like I'm always like, okay, that's your opinion, you can feel like that about me, that does not define me. Like I've always, such concepts have always been very easy for me to sort of understand. Like these are not things I've had to learn, because like nowadays I feel like more people are like talking about how they have to learn these things. Like I've never struggled with that personally. But like I was saying, it's because it's such a huge part of my identity. Honestly, like even today, I feel like if you separate me from my confidence, you leave me a shell of a person. Like I'm left empty with nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay, maybe a bit of knowledge here and there, but like nothing, you know. So I guess because it's always been very heavily tied to my identity, it's always been easy for me to fall back on confidence. You know, like if worst comes to worst, like if people are like, name your skills, my number one skill will be talking to people. Like I can do that with much comfort and much ease. So that's why I feel like it's always been a part of my life. And my mom is forever telling me stories of like how I was forever saying poems when I was younger, randomly. Younger Pauline was a bit weird, but it's okay. It's fine, you know. So I would definitely say it's been probably at a constant level all my life, except for like class 6, 7, and 8. Those were like kind of weird years for me. But like other than that, it's probably been pretty constant. So my final question, or the last thing I'd like us to talk about, if you feel like your confidence was greatly affected when you were younger, what do you think you're doing to heal or to recover it? We can start with Paul.
I'm just surrounding myself with people, with better people. So the bad thing about high school is that you didn't have much of an option to surround. Like I couldn't choose my dorm mates, you know. I couldn't choose the people who sat next to me. I couldn't choose. I could choose where I'm walking, but like the door is one. You get, so if I happen to be passing this group of people and then now they say something mean and I just keep walking, like, you know, I can't really choose. But in uni I can definitely choose. Like I can choose who I'm hanging out with, so I can like individuals. I don't have to like big groups, you know. So just surrounding myself with people who are family. Like the other day, so I still have like a few like self-image issues, and the other day like I was working with two friends of mine, and one of them was talking about, like, I don't know what we were talking about, by the way, but then I was like, I made like I was like, hata mimi sijioni kaa nakaa hivyo, you know. And then she was like, no, you're beautiful, ebu stop that negative self-talk. And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, why, ebu, me, I'm telling you, you know. Then I was like, okay, sawa. So just surrounding myself with good people, and then also trying to slowly, I'm not pressuring myself, but slowly seeing myself like as a good human being. Not good like as in, you know, yeah, I'm just like deserving of things. Yeah.
I think for me, the key takeaway point for me is like, okay, it's what like Paul said, but more of also having that want or wanting to improve yourself too. So like it's not that you're just, I don't know, like for me, staying in a comfortable spot, yes, I will be comfortable for a while, but then it will get uncomfortable being comfortable. So I think once I realized like, okay, there's something that I feel like there's this thing about constantly working on yourself. Like there's just, you know, the way people say human wants can never be satisfied. Yeah, like even though you're in a comfortable place, like you're just never satisfied being comfortable. You still want to aim higher. So I think for me, in my level of confidence, relating it to my confidence levels and all, I think number one, as Paul said, is surrounding yourself with positive people, people who are there to help you grow, people who are there to help, like to improve you. Again, for me, I exercise, and even though sometimes it's on and off, hopefully I'll stick to this. But yeah, hopefully I'll stick to this. But in real sense, yeah, also like just being what's this word? Intentional with wanting, like for me, my physical health comes. I think, okay, one reason that physical health or physical fitness has become very vital for me is because like a couple of months back, my mom suffered a heart attack, and it was like really scary because now a doctor was telling her that she has a chance of getting a stroke if she doesn't watch out with stress and all that. So I don't know, I think that triggered a thing in me, like where I need to be very wary about my health, even from such a young age, because I'm like, okay, you can't afford to lose track with now your health habits. And like right now, I think this period of our age is where like your habits begin to form, like you start taking things more intentional and even keeping them in the long run as you age. So yeah, I think now having that fear in the back of my mind, sadly, but also having that thing of like I also want to improve myself all the time is one reason that has, like, it's a thing that has propelled me so far into just boosting my confidence and growing in that area.
What's the question? Sorry.
If your confidence was shaken when you were younger, how are you recovering?
Oh, I feel like it got to a point where I realized that I can't pull off this shy girl act. Like it's getting boring. So, and then also realizing that honestly, kuna mali tu like huwezi pita if you're not confident. So it became a thing of necessity. Like I need to be confident because there's something I want to achieve and I can't achieve without confidence. So yeah, it came from a point of necessity. Yeah.
So for me, again, my confidence levels have been pretty constant for a large part of my life, except class 6, 7, 8. And so I guess the way I got out of that is I know myself, and I know not confident Pauline, I don't like her very much. She's boring. Her life is boring. So I needed to. Much like Tamiron, I just couldn't continue sitting there, you know. So I needed to. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening and joining us for this conversation. Follow us and follow us and interact with our posts. Please interact with our posts at P3T Podcast on Instagram. Also like the reels and the snippets that Pearl and Tamiron put a lot of effort on. And you can send us a DM. Please feel free to share your opinions, what you thought of the episode, even episodes that you'd want to hear from us. Feel free to send us an email at p3tpodcastke@gmail.com.
There you go.
Yes, sir. That was me. Also, Pearl, say your sponsorship bit.
Kama unataka, and if you have any brand, please, if you are good in the Lord, we are ready to provide our services. And get monetary compensation in return. You know, if you don't ask, they'll never know. You know.
Ask and it shall
I
be
heard
given unto you.
there's some things you just need to be shameless about.
Man, and everybody knows. Anyway, thank you so much for listening in. Find us at any podcast listening platform. Bye.
Bye.